This is the Election Bureau. Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Morty Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Ajuatin Krama Domina. Coming up this afternoon, Supreme Court to deliver judgment on Parliament's vacant seats controversy tomorrow. But ahead of that, we'll hear from Efutu MP Alexander Penyomarkin, who says a Speaker of Parliament is clothed with the powers to deal with the current impasse.
We have 3 weeks to go for an election, more or less. I think that the peace of Parliament is entirely in the hands of Mr. Speaker.
Also coming up in the bulletin, NDC's Memphis Central Parliamentary candidate Joanna Jan Kujo cleared to contest in upcoming elections after Second D High Court set aside earlier injunction.
The only one I did was we went for contest and I won, and God indeed has proven people wrong.
And as Ghana heads to the polls in 25 days, we'll hit the campaign trail and keep you updated on the various campaigns. Meanwhile, on our special constituency reports, today we focus on the Tano South constituency as the race between NPP and NDC heats up.
I can confidently say that he's the best MP that we have gotten since 1992.
The people of Tano South and the masses vote against the incumbent MP, and Honorable Charles Akwesi Asiedu is going to be the ultimate winner.
And later, government releases 15 million out of 186 million owed to the West African Examinations Council. But is this amount enough?
Certainly that will not be enough. As we speak right now, our scanners for the objective test have problems. A number of them have broken down. We need to fix them.
Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in 30 minutes. Remember, the bulletin is live across the globe on citynewsroom.com. Around the country, we are live on a number of affiliate stations. If you're listening to us from the Western region, tune in to Adrimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bono region, Green at 95.9 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, this is Adrimpa 99.9 FM in Inkarie. In the Volta region, this is Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi, Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakope. In the Northern region, Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. Upper East, find us on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the Northeast region, this is Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigu. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company. Let's begin from the court. And the Supreme Court has scheduled tomorrow to deliver a landmark judgment on the disputed decision to declare 4 parliamentary seats vacant. Now, counsel for the Speaker of Parliament, Tano South, did not appear in court as the Supreme Court prepared to deliver its ruling regarding this contested decision. Now, at the last hearing, the Attorney General challenged the legality of Tano South's continuous representation of the Speaker, citing a lack of approval from the Public Procurement Authority. Meanwhile, Majority Leader in Parliament, Alexander Penyomarkin, addressed the press shortly after proceedings.
I humbly hold a view that as a political class, we owe a duty to ensure the peace of the country and to strengthen the pillars of democracy. We can only do so if we respect the law and act in a manner that the citizenry would have confidence in us. We have 3 weeks to go for an election, more or less. I think that the peace of Parliament is entirely in the hands of Mr. Speaker. If you follow the chronology of events, Mr. Speaker could have done better, considering the fact that even before initiating this action, I had gone to him to discuss the fact that Harun Idrisu had raised the matter on a political platform and the fact that we should come together and deal with the matter. He assured me that he would guide the process. Unfortunately, that did not happen. I eventually had to file the writ upon seeing the petition of Mr. Idrisu.
You heard the majority leader in Parliament, Alexander Apenyo, marking the stay in the court. And the High Court, sitting in Sekondi, has set aside an earlier injunction preventing the National Democratic Congress's Joanna Jan Kujo from contesting the Amenfi Central seat. The EC disqualified Joanna Jan Kujo on October 16, citing a pending court case that challenged her eligibility to run on the NDC's ticket in the elections. While the court earlier rejected an injunction application filed by the NDC seeking to prevent the Electoral Commission from proceeding with the printing of parliamentary ballot papers and notice of poll for the constituency. While speaking after today's ruling, lawyer for Joanna Jan Kujo, Edwige Tamaklo, called on the Electoral Commission to do the needful.
We want to thank the courts. I will say more. The Electoral Commission rep is in court. He is aware the court has vacated the injunction. The basis on which they disqualify Joanna Jan is based on the injunction order. Now that the injunction has been vacated, Jane Mensah should do the right thing. I will say no more. Thank you.
So that's the lawyer for Joanna Jan Kujo, Edwige Tamaklo. Let's now hear from the woman herself, Joanna Jan Kujo, who was full of praise to the NDC and her supporters.
Thank God for everything that has happened today, especially also my new lawyers who came in to rescue me, because we've been going back and forth and everything, but this new lawyer stepped in to make sure that everything has gone well. And then we all know that sometimes people that your fathers or mothers were assigned to you, and some of these people are the same people behind everything. So the things that we've been through, I cannot go into details, but what I can say that I thank God and all the NDC members in Amenfi Central, branch executives, constituency executives, all the Western Region NDC people, in fact, regional executives, and I want to say many
What's your message to constituents who have been waiting to see you on the sheet of the ballot paper so that they can vote for you?
What I will tell them that as they know, say, the only money I did was we went for contest and I won, and God indeed has proven people wrong. And now we are in it, and the way they fight for me, I'm coming home and we are going to do our campaign lunch, and after the campaign lunch, then so I know that the people are waiting for me and they are happy. So I want to tell them that they should just go and find something to eat and drink and be happy and thank God. And we have to go to church and do this thanksgiving to God, because God has done it, God has made it, and we have made it, and God has been with us from day one.
You heard that Joanna Jan Kujo, she's NDC's parliamentary candidate for Amenfi Central. Let's all go live there now and speak with our Western Regional correspondent, Akwesi Ajayanim, who has been interacting with her. Akwesi, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. What has been the response from constituents so far on the court's ruling?
Well, I would say it's been a joyful day for, constituents and party supporters within the Sekondi Metropolis who all came here to give her support. For them, this is what they've been waiting for, because the December 7th election is very much close. And all what they've been waiting for is for the injunction for her not to hold herself as a duly elected parliamentary candidate to be removed. And today, the court that actually gave that initial ruling and injunction has actually vacated that or set aside that initial injunction. What they are saying that is that now the EC must actually, respond to what the court has done, because it was because of this injunction that the EC refused to actually consider her on the notice of poll, and so they are waiting.
Right.
To see the EC to respond to this.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking with us. That's our Western Regional correspondent, Akwesi Ajayanim, speaking to us on the High Court in Sekondi, setting aside an earlier injunction which prevented the NDC's parliamentary candidate, Joanna Jan Kujo, from contesting in the elections. Now, let's do some other stories. The presidential candidate of the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has called for a political solution instead of a legal solution to the controversies in the vacant seat matter in Parliament. He urged President Akufo-Addo to intervene and take the matter out of the Supreme Court while finding a lasting political solution to the impasse. Mr. Mahama spoke when on a tour today.
Now we are to say Parliament, the Supreme Court, and Tawantawa Abba, and two institutions of state, HSA, Parliament and the Supreme Court, Judicial in the Parliament. And so I'm saying there's been a contest and friction between the two. Now maybe say, we can solve it politically. The solution is not legal. If you say Supreme Court didn't make my decision, now Parliament also I can say you say so a separate arm of government. It's a way and can be here and say you need a political solution. Na nina opinion for and my opinion some maybe my dream is me my opinion. Remember I case in the Supreme Court. No, my friend minority, my friend majority, and our leaders of party. And I think one majority and minority, be also a majority. And as of opinion, Council of State, and the Speaker of Parliament, I can say. No, you say almost last year, solution to Assembly Council.
So that's the former President John Dramani Mahama. Let me just summarize what he has said. So he says, I want to call on President Akufo-Addo to deal with this matter out of the court. This has to be solved politically and not in the Supreme Court. He should involve the clergy, the Council of State and leaders of the two groups in Parliament to address this issue. But let's bring you some campaign-related stories now. We'll stay with the National Democratic Congress, and its flag bearer John Mahama has criticized the ruling New Patriotic Party for failing to deliver on development promises in the Asin Central constituency, despite the huge popularity it enjoys there. Now, during a campaign stop in Asin Central, John Mahama expressed disappointment that despite the constituency being a key stronghold for the NPP, the area has seen little in terms of infrastructure development or social services. He called on constituents to change their voting pattern and also promised to prioritize development in the area if the NDC returns to power.
District hospital and be Uncle Sebesia, and so I am say, and also Abomo, and yeah, and no quite, you may be brave. I am say, MPP are by, Adia.
A district hospital should have been built here in Asin Central, but that has not come to pass. The MPP began constructing astroturfs, but you have not received your share. This means that your loyalty to the party has brought you nothing. Vote now for the NDC so that we can develop the area. We do not discriminate when it comes to giving development.
Some MPP no, and for so HSA Asambano, Nyadia Esweni, and so yeah NDC there, Nana Moanim. And put to your chairman also be a Otomayo want to Mayo, ye cha, making sure say Obia and Yan Chefa. And it is a Kanya and ye trema Obia, and Sue and ye train Amanipa, ye Mobia and Sue Nibi.
Flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama. Meanwhile, Mr. Mahama is currently at the Great Hall of KNUST in Kumasi, where he is fellowshipping with the clergy. Let's stay with the NDC as it has criticized the free senior high school policy, calling it a mass project that fails to provide adequate qualifications. This comes in response to the New Patriotic Party's recent engagement on Sunday, during which the Education Minister, Dr. Yawose Duchum, praised the policy as a success, urging voters to support the party's efforts to expand its benefits. However, on the City Breakfast Show, the NDC Member of Parliament for Bia West, Dr. Augustine Terrier, argued that the policy fails to address specific educational challenges.
As it stands now today, the free SHS is not need-based. It's a universal. What was limited to the North was need-based. The issue of girls, you can't get a housemaid, is neither here nor there, because they are failing. And when they fail, for us in rural communities, is the worst case you can establish. They are now secondary school graduates. So, therefore, going to the farm was like something outside their range of thinking. At the same time, the job market cannot attract them because there are no jobs for them. And they can't continue because he didn't get science and he didn't get English. So really, this process is a massification. We are massing out people. They are going through, but the school is not going through them. So in the end, their proof of having been to SHS is because they took pictures there. What is the credential they got? Can that lead them to continue their education?
Dr. Augustine Terriers, Member of Parliament for Bia West. Let's now go to the NPP's camp. And its flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, says the government's achievements in the agricultural sector are unparalleled. Now, he lists the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative and the increase in the price of cocoa as reasons for his accession. Addressing constituents of Bekwai, Dr. Bawumia noted that the government's policies have led to Ghana ranking high on Food Security Index in Africa.
Yeah, the Planting for Food and Jobs.
We implemented the Planting for Food and Jobs policy, which has resulted in abundant food and provided significant support to farmers. Ghana now ranks third in Africa for positive food security. Our cocoa industry is also thriving, with cocoa prices raised from 475 cedis to 3,100 Ghana cedis.
Ago, ya pechabo, ya tumubium, 3,100 cedis per bag of cocoa.
NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Well, the NPP chairman in the Ashanti region, Bernard Enchibosiako, is however urging voters to ignore independent parliamentary candidates and vote massively for the NPP candidates.
OPPA, Oko independent.
Do not vote for individuals who campaign as independent candidates while using our party colors. Let's stay vigilant and reject such people. We must only support those running on the NPP ticket.
NPP chairman of the Ashanti region, Bernard Enchibosiako. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, we'll focus on the Tano South constituency as the race between the NPP and the NDC heats up ahead of December 7. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to the bulletin. Now, the president of the National House of Chiefs, Ojiahoho Yaojebi II, has denied allegations that he is engaging in partisan politics, as recently claimed by Johnson Esiedun Ketia, the national chairman of the party, during a campaign stop in Odumase within the Asante Akim Central constituency. Esiedun Ketia accused Ojiahoho Yaojebi II of compromising his neutral position by allegedly supporting the New Patriotic Party. He argued that rather than maintaining neutrality, Nana Jebi's involvement could hinder his mediation role in the ongoing parliamentary impasse, potentially damaging the credibility of the House of Chiefs and impacting Ghana's democratic process. Now, in response, Ojiahoho Yaojebi II said if Esiedun Ketia believes there is evidence of any political alignment on his part, he's welcome to pursue legal action.
It's never true. If it is true, he can go to court. He can go to report with the Supreme Court has come up with guidelines. And so if the president of the National House of Chiefs is seen wearing a particular party's paraphernalia or campaigning for a particular party, he can take me to the police or to court. Ask him where he saw me engaging in all those activities, where he saw me wearing the party paraphernalia. Every average Ghanaian now holds a cell phone. When he sees those things, you take the picture and show it to the whole world.
You heard the president of the National House of Chiefs, Ojiaho Hoyaujibi, the second, reacting to that accusation by NDC's National Chairman Johnson Esiedu Nketia. Let's now bring you some more stories on elections and the race for the parliamentary seat in Tano South, located in the Ahafo region, is heating up. Incumbent MP Benjamin WASSCE of the New Patriotic Party is up against Charles Esiedu of the National Democratic Congress and an independent candidate, Kofi Inti. Now, in the 2020 elections, the NPP led the NDC by some 2,303 votes. Now, although the NPP has consistently held a slight edge, there is, since winning the seat in 2000, the competition is especially intense this year due to the close margin from 2020. Now, with traditionally close races between the NPP and the NDC in Tano South, many are wondering if this year could see an upset either by the NDC or the independent candidate on December 7. Citi FM's Michael Saponifun visited the Tano South constituency in the region and reported on the situation.
Tano South is one of the 6 constituencies in the Ahafo region, with Bechem located on the Sunyani-Kumasi Highway at its capital. The constituency spans an area of 489 square kilometers, bordered by Tano North Municipality, Offenso Municipality, Afano Southwest District, and Afano Municipal. Other major towns in the constituency besides Bechem include Techimentia, Dema, and Jumo. Since 2000, the Tano South constituency has generally been a stronghold for the ruling New Patriotic Party, although the NDC briefly won the seat in 2012 with Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisiu. The NPP regained it in 2016 and has won 5 out of the 8 parliamentary elections held in the constituency since 1992. For the December 2024 elections, 3 candidates are vying for the seat. The incumbent MP, Benjamin WASSCE, who also serves as the Deputy Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, and was formerly Deputy Ahafo Regional Minister during President Akufo-Addo's first term, Charles Esiedu of the NDC, and Kofi Inti, an independent candidate. The stakes are high due to the close results in 2020, where Benjamin WASSCE won 22,034 votes, representing 52.76% over Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisiu of the NDC, who garnered 19,731 votes, representing 47.24%. Provisional data from the Tano South Municipal Electoral Commission indicates that 52,374 registered voters are expected to vote on December 7 at 146 polling stations across the constituency. Benjamin WASSCE and Kofi Inti shared their thoughts on their campaigns and their visions for the constituency.
At the first time, when I came in 2016, we managed to do Bechem Town rules. Though we've not been able to finish all, but we've done some quite mileage of the project. And we are also the second phase 2, I managed to do Techimentia Akumadine Road. That is also for Techimentia people. And my third phase, I'm planning of also working for the people of Dema. That is my hometown. The road, I managed to get contracts for cocoa rows. Unfortunately, the contractors, they've disappointed me. And for that matter, I have to appeal to my own people to understand the situation. But inshallah, when by the grace of God, we get the third time, that is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and myself, we are going to ensure we finish those projects.
Looking at our constituency, all that we do is farming. The main work that we do is farming. And looking at our farming, there's supposed to be a value, which I'm ready to give a value. Like example, we do tomatoes, we grow tomatoes here. So some of the value is it shouldn't be only coming to buy and then go buying and selling only. There's supposed to be a factory which will process the tomatoes.
The NDC's communication director for Tano South, Sani Sita, discussed Charles Esiedu's chances in the election.
We are targeting the youth much because in this constituency, when you calculate the percentage of the youth, it seems around 57%. So we are touching them on the base so that you get their votes. And I think if you get their votes, we are going to win this parliamentary seat, and that is what we are doing for now.
Supporters from each candidate's camp shared their perspectives on the race.
In 2020, when we were seeking for re-election, the people of Tano South gave him another nod to go to Parliament to represent them. As we speak now, I think he is the sixth MP that Tano South has gotten. And I must say, and I can confidently say, that he is the best MP that we have gotten since 1992.
Will you secure a win on December 7?
December 7, Tano South will reward me. And I know my people, this time Dema is blue. The Chimentia is blue. The Chim is blue. Dema is where we're having some programs. But with me, from Dema, and also now the leader of the party, I'm going to ensure Dema give the necessary support. And it's happening.
The people of Tano South and the masses will vote against the incumbent MP, and Honorable Charles Akwesi Asiedu is going to be the ultimate winner on the 7th December 2024.
Will the incumbent Member of Parliament for the Tano South constituency, Dr. Benjamin Yabo-Aseche, be lucky for the third time to represent the people of Tano South constituency, or he will be toppled by NDC's Charles Asiedu or the independent candidates Kofi Nti? From Bechem in the Tano South constituency in the Ahafo region, I am Michael Saponin from Channel 1 News.
Stay with us for all your election-related stories using the hashtag CityVerify, hashtag GhanaPost 2024, and hashtag Election Bureau. Let's now move away from election-related stories. Now, the Member of Parliament for Bolgatanga East, Dominic Ayene, has welcomed the latest decision by the Chief Justice to reopen some 4 courts in the Upper East. The Chief Justice last month ordered the closure of courts in the Upper East region due to the recurring Boko conflict. However, a letter issued by the Judicial Secretary last Friday, November 8, directed the reopening of the 4 courts. Speaking to City News on the development, the Bolga East MP expressed unhappiness at the Chief Justice's decision to exclude the Zwarungu District Court from the WASSCE to be reopened.
It is gratifying to know that the Lady Chief Justice has actually directed the reopening of the courts. We, the MPs of the area, had cause to write to the CJ to complain about the fact that the closure of the courts was an overbroad direct, in the sense that we did not think that the security situation in Boku affected the areas that were covered by the closure of the courts, especially the Bolgatanga township and its environs, including my own, hometown, Zorungu. I'm not very happy with the directive of the Chief Justice for the reopening of the courts, because the district court in Bolga East, that is in Zorungu, is not listed among those that have been reopened, and no reason has been given, for that. I understand that the closure of courts in Boku and its environs, including Puziga and Zebila, is justified because of the security situation, and those places are geographically proximate, to the heart of the conflict. But in the case of Zorungu, which is very close to Bolgatanga, I do not understand why we have been left out. I remember speaking to the Judicial Secretary last Friday about this issue, and she assured me that the courts were going to be reopened. So I was a bit surprised to note from the latest directive from the CJ that Zorungu, the district court in Zorungu, is not part of those that have been reopened.
You heard the Member of Parliament for Bolgatanga East, Dominic Ayene. Now, the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has described the government's recent release of 15 million cedis as insufficient to cover its needs. WAEC has initially owed 186 million cedis, with 60 million cedis previously disbursed. The council warned that further delays in releasing operational funds could affect the timely release of the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination WASSCE results. Now, speaking to City News, WAEC's Head of Public Affairs, John Kapi, expressed concerns that the funds are inadequate to sustain the operations.
Certainly that will not be enough, because you see, when we put out these bills, I just want to be clear about something. As we speak right now, our scanners for the objective test have problems. A number of them have broken down. We need to fix them. We also have a number of challenges with our printers at the printing press. We've got to refurbish them. We've got to also change, some parts of some of the printers. So really, these are a number of challenges that we have. So we need money to be able to fix all these things. so as to be able to work out and release the results in good time. Well, unfortunately, when it comes to work with the government, they do not give us a specific, schedule or timetable. All they do is they call and then ask that, you should come and pick up this amount of money. So we cannot tell for now when they will call us to come for, another, tranche of the amount that is owed.
As the head of public affairs at the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, John Cappy. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka, Accra. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. And you can also follow us using the hashtag CityVerify, hashtag GhanaPost2024, and hashtag Election Bureau for all your election-related stories. My name is Ajua Tinkramadum, and I thank you for keeping me company. Good afternoon.
City News, we speak first.